Salutations. Just cruising. Episode 14.
14.
Bro,
Don't start your shit.
I know. Camera comes on, I'm like, is it episode 12 again? Eh? Episode 12 part 4? Eh? No. Alright, cool. Episode 14. Right. Now, Kevlar Kess, Dr. Love. Simple, sweet conversations. The topic of today is meant to be, our keyword is meant to be, or it's not is per se, it's meant to be symbolism. Symbolism in the industry, symbolism in the media, symbolism in everywhere else, symbolism in movies and TV shows and series and in cartoons and animation, in video games as well.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, just basic symbolism, right? Now, would you like to start?
No, I wouldn't. This was your idea.
I love that, that was dope. That was like a simple question and answer. Question, would you like to start? Answer, no. Hi. Put me on the spot, Charlie. Nah. Alright, so I like to talk about symbolism. I like to see symbolism. I like a thing where why I'm saying symbolism is because you need to control your image. You need to control the image you're being portrayed as. You need to understand, even if you don't control what you're being portrayed as, this is you as a person. Doesn't matter what color, creed you are, your image is very important. That's why, and it's a very unconscious thing. It's why if you are watching a TV show, advert, whatever it is, and you see someone that looks like you or acts like you, and then they don't act the exact way you act, or they don't act accordingly, you get triggered, you get bothered. The same way as if you see someone who looks like you and does things a certain way, you tend to want to act that way because you go, oh, if that person is like me, then therefore this is how I should be acting. Does that make sense?
It does, and the thing that pops into my head is this the same for all races?
Alright, cool. I like.
You see where I'm going with that? Because I do feel like that. For some, it's almost like there's a freedom to be this, that, or the other, and it's just a depiction on screen. Whereas I'm thinking of black people now. I don't know if it's because of racism, but there tends to be more of a generalization kind of aspect to it in terms of how you see people, and I think also black people are not portrayed in the same level of depth and complexity. They tend to be quite one-dimensional, sometimes two-dimensional, but they tend to be quite, good guy, bad guy, street guy, intelligent guy. Like they're not really given those kind of contrasts and paradoxes and layers that I see.
Alright, I like that. I say it goes deeper than that. No, it does. You're right.
Go on.
So, should we do the black thing or just generalize first?
Generalize first.
Okay. So, here's how. When you see yourself portrayed, now bear in mind, your age and stage of life, your information gathering is different. For every stage you are in life, your gathering is different. For example, for a 5-year-old watching a TV show, a program, if a 5-year-old is watching a show that the people that are being played at are 10-year-olds,
Mm-hmm.
the 5-year-old wants to be like that 10-year-old because that 10-year-old is on the screen, therefore that 10-year-old is cool. Whether they're good or bad, happy or sad, whichever character they portray on that screen, that 5-year-old wants to be like that 10-year-old.
Okay.
Same for the 10-year-old as well. So the 10-year-old is watching that show and is thinking the same, that, oh, this is how 10-year-olds need to behave. A 15-year-old will be like, 10-year-olds, what do they know? That's not true, because the 15-year-old has gone past that 10-year-old stage and phase.
Okay.
So the 20-year-old will look at that 10-year-old on TV and go, dumb kids, like that. So for every stage, there's a level of learning, there's a level of absorption of understanding. Every single path has its own level of understanding. A 30-year-old will look at it, never watch that, like, nah, that's for kids, and just turn away. Same scenario of teenagers. A 10-year-old, listen, 10, 11-year-olds cannot wait to be in 13, 14, 15. You can't wait to be a teenager.
Sure.
So anything and everything teenage, you're gonna watch. Because it's like, oh, this is target practice. This is practice. So when I'm a teenager, I'm gonna act this way. But you don't know that all of that is being written by adults. Assuming, oh, this is how teenagers should act because they're teenagers. So now you have the adult writers or one or two young ones who's helping them write the whole script. And then they've now created how a teenager is going to be. And then the 10, 11-year-olds are watching this and they go, okay, they get socialized into believing that this is how teenagers should dress, would act, should act. When they dress and act, they copy that because the media has told them this is how you act, this is how you dress, this is how you roll, this is what makes you a teenager, this is what makes you cool, this is what makes you acceptable in your society. So all they're doing is they're copying what some other person has written for them.
It's very interesting.
That's
it's making me think about those laws of influence I was talking about last week as well.
That's the symbolism. So what me as a writer, producer, director, what I put down on the screen is what everyone else starts to copy. Especially if I put a famous face,
that's where I was going to go
and or name. Because if I take a famous face and I say, okay, here you go, I'll put you and I'm going to make you wear this kilt. Everybody is going to wear it
straight away.
Straight away.
You've got the law of liking. Then you've got the law of social proof because other people start to do it.
So now everyone's wearing that kilt. And now guess what? Oh man, but mom, dad, I want to buy that kilt. Why? Because everybody in my school is wearing that kilt.
It's fascinating.
It's the business. But that's symbolism right there. That's the general symbolism. Right? Now, let's go on the black thing. Here's where it gets interesting. Symbolism affects you a lot more when you have a shaky foundation. When you have a shaky foundation, when you do not have appropriate male and female role models, I didn't say or, male and female role models, you look to external sources for that acceptance
and identity
because you are looking for an identity that no one next to you says this is who you are, this is what you are. So you happily, willingly accept any identity that you see on any media man. You go, oh cool, if the black person on this show or these shows act like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dressed like this, that's how I'm supposed to dress and or act for society to accept me.
Jesus.
So this is.
You should drop the mic after that one, man.
Yes, that was finished by.
Like, you're welcome. Finished. No,
but this is why I said
symbolism.
This is what symbolism is. Is what symbolism is. When I'm constantly watching someone out there on TV portray me, because here's what you don't understand. If I see you on TV, on video, you are me, I am you. So I'm watching you play Blade in a movie.
Here you are.
You understand? You are me. So if I see you as Blade, I'm Blade. If I see Blade talking like, hey man, what's up man, man, I copy and paste.
Oh,
you see my point?
So
especially if I am from the age of 25 and down, because unconsciously, unknowingly, I look to you as a father figure, as a person I can copy and go, oh, This is how he dresses. I'm going to dress like that. This is how he talks. I will talk like that. This is how he curses. I will curse like that. So everything I see you do, because I've come from a shaky foundation, I look to you to go, oh yeah, you can strengthen me. Yeah, crazy balls. So that's why the black thing is a lot different, because of just that small factor.
Huge factor and a small factor.
It's a small factor, but that small factor makes it go boom. Makes everything go boom. It's the same thing. This is why we worry about male presence in today's media, today's culture. And what we find, say male presence, like, it's interesting because the male presence is now set to be, this has been going for a long time, right? The acceptable male is the idiot. Right? The clown.
Yeah, the harmless idiot.
The
dad that no one listens to.
The acceptable male is the male with a lot less testosterone. The acceptable male is the male that is a pushover.
Yeah, that listens to his wife.
No, it's not. It's not the wife thing. Example, the biggest shows you have, even adverts, commercials. The male that's acceptable is the one that is always wrong. He's the idiot. He's stupid. He's stupid. He has big body fat percentage, 40% body fat.
Homer Simpson,
Peter Griffin, every other person. So he's the one with 2.5 kids, just never works out, never goes to the gym. Dad bod. There's dad bod, and then there's dad bod. So, never works out, never goes to the gym, never does anything strong, never does anything. Everyone is always right, I'm always wrong. That's the acceptable male in most media.
And that's been going on for decades now.
Now, the bad men on the media are the ones who have logic and strength and power and testosterone. The ones who go, no, left is left, right is right, you're the villain.
Yeah, that's where we're at today.
If you are
essentially masculine men, because that's what masculinity is. It's
yes, okay,
logic,
thank you.
Reason, right?
Today's media, masculinity is evil.
Yeah. Unless
it's the women that are being masculine.
Yes. And then it's different.
Men, again, symbolism. Someone sits down and writes a script and goes, okay, you know what? Women good, men bad. So the same thing that the man does it is evil. The woman does it, she's good. So a series came out, just started this last week, and I'm not gonna call the name or give it a shine. But these cousins, the male and female, the cousins. The male is trying to, so the male has been in that job for a number of years. So he knows that job a lot more than she does. She just came into this job about a fortnight ago, last 2 weeks, right? And he's trying to explain to her about how the job works. And then she just goes on, oh, you're mansplaining to me, this, that, and the third. While doing that, she starts to mansplain to him the whole time. He just sits down like a jolly giant, just like, I'm happy, because when he's angry, he's the bad guy. But when he is a pushover and everyone is slapping him, he's acceptable because he's he's smiling. Look, I'm cannon fodder, which is kind of what it is symbolism. So now that we see that a lot in media, it now starts to leak out in real life. Whereas a lot of people now look at you, look at me, look at other men, and have this assumption that, without even getting to know who you are, who I am, assumption that you are supposed to be a pushover.
Yeah.
Because I said so. You are meant to be a pushover because someone else said so. They don't even know your first name. your middle name, what you like for breakfast, nothing. But then they've assumed